Welcome, young Mage. I'm Rhino. Have you seen the Skirmish decks by CoolStuffInc? In this video, I'm going to tell you what they are, who they are for, why you should get some, and what other players think of them. And we're starting right now. Reaching and teaching young mages of all ages. Before we get started, I want you to answer a question for me. Do you play competitive Magic or do you love playing casual Magic too? Let me know in the comments below. Let's start with a little story. Many of you know I'm a brewer. I love making new decks. I love finding synergies that I can put into decks. Creating a cool deck is what I like to do. So I was looking at prices of Ravnica Allegiance and booster boxes. I have some cool decks I want to build. I was on the CoolStuffInc website and I saw a slide for skirmish decks. This got me curious. I took a look and they are $10 each. I had an idea on what they were, so I contacted them and asked if I could find out more. I asked if they wanted me to stream some gameplay of the decks. Less than a minute later, they asked me for my address. A few days later, I got all 7 decks in the mail. I started analyzing them. I also made a few predictions, but I wanted to test these right. So I got my sister to do a stream with me. She's a new player. I wanted to know if she enjoyed playing the decks. She did. She also beat me once. That was good. Then I took them to Friday Night Magic. I had the experienced players play them. We had a small tournament. Then I got them to tell me what they thought about the decks they played. I have some video of that to show you later. I took notes on everything I could about these decks. And then I played my dad. Dun, dun, dun. We streamed that. We wanted to play every deck in one stream. It was almost 3 hours long. If you want to see the stream with my sister or my dad, I have those linked in the description. And we determined which were the best decks. So before I get to that, this is what you get when you hit puberty. Here's a list of the pros and cons. For the pros, the decks are well thought out. They are focused around a major theme, and so there are lots of good synergies in each deck. They are quick and easy to play. The power level is pretty low, but you can pull off some major combos. They are mainly creature focused, but I don't see that as a problem. And most important, they are great for teaching new players. They have enough fun stuff to do. It's not playing a bunch of vanilla creatures. You have to think about what you're doing and what you're planning to do next turn. So really good for teaching. Now for the cons. There's really not a lot of cons. I wasn't expecting a lot when I got them. In fact, I was expecting something like welcome decks. The only real con I have is they are lacking in some basic tokens. I wouldn't expect a new player to have tokens. Also, one deck had a flip card, and the proxy card for it wasn't in the deck. We had an extra one, so it was no big deal for us. But for a new player, they would just shuffle that in. Not a great thing to do. Now I have a few clips of what some players at my LGS thought.
The blue-white artifact deck and the black-white vampire deck. Both the decks were really good. I would see them geared towards people that are just starting out, trying new things, new formats. The only thing that would probably make them better is if they actually came with the tokens. Like some of the decks did create tokens and there were no copies of those tokens. So stuff like that, like little things like that would probably make them a lot better. And the price point, like for $10, they're actually really good for the price. You get really good value cards in the decks, and I thought it was a lot of fun to play with.
They were fun. It reminds me of the dual decks that I first bought with me and my son, were two kind of easy decks to go against each other to reacquaint yourself with the game. I like the Golgari deck. I like the Undergrowth ability. I always like that. First game I won very quickly, which was awesome. Second game lost badly, didn't like that. But I think the more you shuffle the deck, you know, it would be a lot of fun and very easy to teach somebody with.
These decks I really enjoyed. They played very well. The blue-black one was very focused on the surveil mechanic. I really enjoyed it. I think these are really great for intermediate or lower level players, and definitely better than a Planeswalker deck.
Now I expect you are dying to know which deck are the best. It seems that Double Trouble and Kick It are the best decks. Oh, and here's Kick It. Interestingly, they also have the lowest average mana cost, but one that I would still rank really high is Dusk Till Dawn. Where is it? And that has the highest average mana cost, but it also has some extra creature removal. And so what are the conclusions? They are fast, fun, and inexpensive. And they all play really well with each other. If you were to buy the cards individually, the decks would range from $8.50 to $11.50. They are great for casual play or with your friends, and they even come with suggestion cards for upgrades. But they don't tell you what to take out and to put in these upgrades. It's best to let the player figure that out. I would definitely recommend them. I enjoyed playing each of them, and maybe I can give Cool Stuff Inc. some ideas for future decks. So thumbs up in this video if you liked it. If you give it a thumbs down, I know you didn't watch the video. Subscribe to the channel for future videos and streams. And hit that bell notification so YouTube can spam you with emails about my videos. I have more videos coming out soon, so until then, I'm the third card from the top of your library.